Welcome to another episode of PI Clips. This episode is going to cover the big question: are private investigators licensed? In the United States, licensing requirements for private investigators is generally mandated by the state, and they vary from state to state. Some of the states here in the U.S. have very strict regulations, and some have very lax regulations, and some don't have any licensing. I believe, I haven't checked lately, but I believe by my last count, it was about a half a dozen or so states have no private investigator licensing. Now, again, private investigator licenses are by state. Typically, when I look at them, the more strict licensing regulations out there are in states like California, Florida, New York, Texas, Washington. Other states have more relaxed regulations like Arizona, Idaho, and Montana. But even if a state doesn't have private investigator licensing, a lot of those states that do not have PI licensing, there are certain jurisdictions, certain cities where private investigators are required to have a license. And a lot of times when there is a requirement for a license, there's going to be requirements for bonding and for insurance as well. So you have to kind of keep a lot of that stuff in mind. And to get that licensing, there's a lot of steps that you have to go through. Usually you're going to have to do some kind of a testing. You're going to have to do some kind of a background check. Of course, there's going to be fees to pay anytime you're involving the government. There will be fees to pay. But if you need to know if there's private investigator licensing in the state you live in, just hop on Google or your favorite search engine and search private investigator licensing and then your state, and then you can see if there's licensing that's required. Thank you so much for joining me on another PI clip. Go down, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to check out full-length training videos on the PI Guy YouTube channel.